Um, I'm gonna wait for people to show up. Oh my God! I only have a little tiny bit of water. I need to wait for someone to show up so I can go get some more water. Ah, man, it's a good day. It is a good day, man. I'm excited. It feels good to be healthy, and it feels good to be back. I know that I've had a lot of dental work done, and that's kind of throwing off our schedule. And part of getting people to show up, is for me to be consistent with the time. And it seems like that morning is just so hard, man, for me because I do spend all night researching. But what what makes it harder is that the day after I get my teeth done or whatever, it hurts so bad, because at the time when I'm getting it done, it doesn't really hurt that bad, right? I'm like, okay, go ahead and pull 4 teeth. It's all good. What's up, AJ? And so like when I'm getting my teeth done, it's like, yeah, go ahead and pull four teeth, whatever. It's cool. And I'll be a man about it, whatever. And they pull them, and it ain't nothing to me, I feel like I'm being pretty tough about it. And then that next day, man, it hurts so bad, man, because I don't get painkillers because I don't want to do any medicine that alters my reality, and that's a choice. I guess I could take the pain meds, but I don't. And uh, man, it hurts so bad that next day that I get sick to my stomach. I mean, it's that bad. And so hopefully you guys, and I know only AJ's in there now, but for the people listening later on replay, I hope you guys aren't angry with me for, and maybe angry is not the right word. I hope you guys aren't disappointed that the last 2 days I haven't really been able to hang in there and do it in the morning. But man, it would be nice to like maybe do this in the evenings, but like I'm afraid that I'll lose my morning people, that are up in the morning at that time. I don't know what time is it for you, AJ, where you are, and I don't know who else is in there. When you guys come in, go ahead and leave a message so I know who's in here. Like, what time is it where you guys are at this time? That way, because I don't want to lose my morning people, and I definitely, because I like my little morning group, and I also like the later group too, the people that watch later. But yeah, man, it's great, man. It's great. Now I got three in here, but only only you're the only one that's texting. But yeah, 7 o'clock. So it's 6 o'clock here where I am. Like um, I'm in California. I don't know, like, because I have like a pretty big, like, I wouldn't say I have a lot of subscribers in um, the UK. I have some in um, I would say Australia. There's some from Latvia, and uh, a lot on the East Coast. But so when you're on the West Coast, you kind of have the benefit of like, okay, I could start at like 7 in the morning, and really that's 10 on the East Coast. Alabama. My mom, like her family is from out there. Like she used to go out there on vacation. This is when I was real little, for a week out of the year. But she had like an aunt that was like 100 years old or something like that that ended up dying. But she used to go back, and then when she'd come back, she'd be having that accent. Like, what the heck is wrong with mom? Like, cause she's one of those people that picks up. I don't know. Sometimes it's embarrassing. She'll have like the accent of the people she's talking to. And it's like kind of embarrassing, but that's just her personality. But she would come back and talk like that for a week. Oh, okay. So, man, you're out there. So, okay, that's some good property out there. You're just chilling. Chilling. You play golf at all? Man, I'd like to go out there and swing the sticks, man, if you play some golf. See, I didn't play golf at all my whole life until I joined the army. It was always to me a rich man's game. But when I joined the army, there was a lot of people that played golf. And so if you want to get promoted, you got to hang with the right people. And so even though I didn't get promoted any faster than anyone else, I hung with the in clique. if that's a good way to say it, I don't know. But man, it feels good to be back and in the truth, man, in the truth, you know. And not that I ever leave the truth. What's hard for me is when I go out in the real world and I have to pretend things are real that isn't real, you know. When I have to pretend that the Earth is a spinning ball flying through space, and you know, and that we all come from a monkey. I mean, my dentist, right? He's a wonderful man, right? I have a love for this guy, right? He's helped me out a lot, you know, throughout the years, right? And but he was talking to me one day about, like, you know, the caveman days. This was like maybe 6 months ago, and you know how man evolved, you know, from being from being like a caveman, you know, and it was hard for me because this is a smart guy that probably studied evolution and probably did well, you know, and and I would probably it would be weird for me to run into a doctor that didn't believe in evolution, you know, because if you know if you have a passion for that kind of thing, science, right, you're gonna learn all that, you know. And so there are people that are very smart in subjects that aren't true, you know. Evolution is a joke, right? To us, it's even obvious, right? Like, it's just stupid to even say that, right? That we come from a monkey, right? To us, it's obvious now that we've snapped out of it, right? But there was a time when we weren't totally like sure, you know what I mean? And you know, of course, if you believe in God, it doesn't sound right, but the thing is that you can be very, very, very smart in a subject that's just not reality, you know. Some people are very smart at Dungeons and Dragons. Some people are very smart at knowing Narnia or or the what do you call Harry Potter, right? You know, and and believe it or not, there's an actual job out there, right, called an astrobiologist. You can be and study for and obtain a PhD in astrobiology. That is insane to me because there is no astrobiology. There is no biological creature. There is no, number one, there is no outer space to go to. There's nowhere to leave, right? You can't leave the earth, right? There's nowhere else to go but earth. But number two, there is nothing and has nothing ever been found by the people that even make up space, right? So so to be an astrobiologist, I mean, you really have to have a lot of faith, right? Like, these are people with faith. That's a faith-based practice. Like, believing in Jesus is a lot easier because there's historical data. You know, there's records, right, of of Jesus dying and coming back from the dead in other historical works other than the Bible. You know, and so yeah, it's yeah, hit that like button, baby. I don't even know how the likes work, but when I first started uh, doing videos, I would get like 30 dislikes or whatever, and like one or two likes or something like that. Like I knew I was on the right track, right? As soon as I seen all the likes were real bad, you know. But I guess, like, at a certain point, I've blocked enough of these trolls, you know, like the Sean Hawkins of the world, and you know, and I only mention him as a troll because he just is a troll, you know, and is just outwardly mean about me believing in God, right? But but I would say, like, I've banned enough trolls now to where, hey, I get probably about a 7 and a 2 ratio now, like a 7 good and 2 down, which is, I think, pretty good because we're just a little niche group, you know, like we're people that know that the earth is flat. We're people that know that we don't come from a monkey, right? And also, we're people that believe in God, right? And so it's like, it, it's, yeah, 30 down likes, yeah. It's, yeah, it had to be some kind of you know, not a glitch, but like a hack or something that they were doing. Who knows? Maybe they were all coming here. Who knows? But I forget even what I was saying. What was I just saying, guys? I was on to something. You know, it was gonna go on for that was gonna be a good one there. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's yeah. Oh, we were a little niche group, and like, so like, uh, not only do we know the earth is flat and we don't come from a monkey, and the news is mostly fictitious, right? And it is fictitious completely. And and we believe in Jesus, right? That puts us right in a very, very, very small group, right? And if you're in that small of a group, right, and we're able to get, I mean, we were able to get uh, a little over 1,000, I guess, subscribers. I think we're doing pretty good, like I think, I mean, we got stuck at like 600 for a while, and we got stuck at 700 for a while, and we were at 900 for a long time. And I don't know why it goes up a couple hundred at a time. I don't know if YouTube like releases us for a little while, or I don't know exactly how that works. But I do know that like when I get like one of you guys becomes a new subscriber, I do see it go up one. So they must be counting them when people subscribe. It's just weird how that all works. And I was kind of focused on it until we got to like oh yeah, hey, homelessness in America, let me give you a blue wrench, man. I forgot to do that last time, and I felt so bad, man, because I've known you for a little bit now. And so how you doing out there, buddy? Yeah, I've been thinking about you, man. Like I, I had run into some money troubles, but I think I sent you like $10 or something like that. But like I wish I could do more for you. I really do, because at least now that I've known you for a while, I know you're not a troll. You're a regular guy. And I hope you're doing good. You need 80 more subs. I mean, hey, look, if you can sub to homeless in America, if that's all you do for him, do it, please. You know, uh, he's not a troll. Hey, level up. I've seen you, Paula. And so, like, I was, what I've been bombarded with, right? Oh, yeah, that 110-degree. I'm in Sacramento, so I don't know where you're at, but I've been getting that kind of heat here like crazy. I mean, it's been, yeah, I mean, yeah. But like the heat is crazy. But I seen Paula, and this is what it made me think of, is that I've had a lot of friends, right, come up to me that were, I would say decent people, right, good people that were in my life that treated me good, right, that they weren't really committed on Jesus one way or another, right, and I sort of lived with that, right, and I was trying to help them maybe come to this side and see the full truth, right? And once you have faith, you really can start seeing the truth, and God will open your eyes, right? And so I just sort of like, thought, hey, these good people in my life, man, maybe they will get better. And then a barrage of these people, right, have been coming up to me and trying to offer me all these different scenarios as to, maybe Jesus didn't die, or maybe he didn't have to die, or maybe, this other story or this other story, right? I mean, just giving me all these alternatives. And it's not just one friend. I mean, one is definitely worse than the others, but there's one that's just really getting on me about it. Um, but there's like, I would say probably 10 people have come up to me, about, and have offered me these different scenarios. And while I used to think they were good people that were just not committed, now I'm starting to wonder if these people, like, do they intend harm towards me? Like, are these people that I know, like people that I know would be um, just wonderful tools of God, because of the amount of influence they could probably get and gain and all that stuff. And a lot of my Christian friends are like, they have a real big spirit, a breathtaking spirit, and like Paula, and could reach a lot of people. But there's some people I know on the other side that I think are like that too. But I wonder if these people are intending for me to be in any kind of harm, like they want me not to believe, or and I know that God said that even the very elect could be deceived if that were possible. And while I know it's not possible for anyone to ever pull me off of God, I don't know if I'm the very elect, but I would say this, right? It's impossible for anyone to get me to not believe, but I also know that I can't be plucked out of the Father's hand too. And so, like, I just wonder about things like that. Like, what are people's intentions towards me, right? That's become important to me. Like, not only is what are people saying to me, right? Like, is what they're saying good or bad or appropriate or not appropriate, right? It's also what are people's okay, that's enough. You put it in there. I get it. You're excited. You subscribe to him, please, you know. But yeah, try not to spam it completely. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Don't no worries. Um, no, so like I not only do I worry about whether or not is what people are saying to me appropriate, I would also like question like what are people's intentions towards me, you know? Like even people that are nice, what are intentions? What are people's intentions? Like do they want me to believe in God? Do they want me to not believe in God? Do they want me to uh, somehow steer people away from that? Like what do they want from me when they tell me that after knowing me for 3-4 years, knowing how I feel about Jesus, like like I would give up everything for Jesus, right? Like everything, you know? And I never thought in my whole life that I would ever love anything more than I love my kids, right? I mean, my oldest son is like he taught me about love. Just him being born taught me everything I know about love, you know? And I never thought that I would ever love anything more than my kids, right? And I used to think that, man, I hope I can get to that point where I love God more than I love my family, you know. But I do, like, and what's crazy about it is I don't feel bad about it. I used to think I would feel guilty about it. But not only do I love God, Jesus more than I love my kids or my mom or my dad, right? My dad's gone now, but not only do I love Jesus more than my family, right? Um, it's a lot more. I mean by a lot. I love Jesus by far more than anybody. And there's no one on earth I love more than my two kids, you know? I mean, that's what gives me joy. That's what brings joy in my life, you know? And I think God knows that about me because just last night, right? And I don't want my kids to get this thing, right? This thing that's going around, right? This thing. And I am worried that they will, you know, just because their mom's not really a believer, you know. And well, she's not a believer, right? And she's very mainstream-ish, right? And so I was scared that my kids would get it, you know, and I was scared that I was thinking my brother would get it too, you know. I mean, it broke my heart when my mom got it, you know, but she lives with somebody that's 85 years old, and so I know her heart's in the right place, but man, it really hurt me that she got it, you know, because I just don't want her to be hurt, you know. But both my kids and my brother didn't get it, you know. And man, that is amazing to me, and I am so grateful for that. And my oldest kid, right, was talking to me about the way things are in the world, you know, and in the country. And he's 20 years old, you know, so he's not a kid anymore, but he's very young, right, naive, you know. And man, he was coming up with some really great points. I mean, I think he's like me, where he sees the world like how it is. And it's amazing to me because I haven't run into very many people like that. Just you guys, you know, people willing to drop old information when new information comes, right? People that are smart enough to understand the deception and spiritually awake enough to accept that could happen, you know. And so I'm proud of my oldest son for where he is in life, you know, for 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 because there was a good 2 year period, 3 year period where I was not in his life that much, you know. And that was very hurtful to him to the point where he didn't talk to me for another 3 years after that. And so that was very, very hard for me. And to have my son back, and to be where we're at in our relationship and to be where he's at in life. I know that God did that, you know. I know that God watched him for me. And I'm very proud of my youngest son, too. He's got some more hurdles and struggles to get over than the oldest one, but I'm very proud of where he's at, too. that that's great. Yes, please. Yes, hey, for anybody in there with a channel, right? Put your channel link in there. And you know, it's very important we subscribe to each other, you know. And yeah, I think that's thank you. And subscribe to Paula too. If you guys want to learn about the Bible and you know what it literally says, you know, um, then that's a good place to go, you know. Because as soon as a pastor starts talking about flat Earth, I mean the ball Earth, spinning ball Earth, they lose so much credibility to me. And you know, sometimes they give people a pass because they don't know, but you know, for somebody that knows that the Earth is flat and to be bold enough to say it publicly, and then teach their you know their doctrine, right? That just is impressive to me, you know. And it's a lot of guts because you lose people that way, you know. And so, you know, we're going to get to a point, right, where we're going to get to a point where the division is going to be between families, you know. I mean, brother versus brother, sister versus father, whatever, right? And I'm paraphrasing, right? But if the division is going to get to the point like that, right, we got to be ready for the division to be the way it is now, you know, where people are just, you know, yeah, that's right. The Bible says you have to love God more than your parents. And I never thought that I would love anything more than my kids, right? But now I'm at the point now where it is. It's a lot more, you know. And I never thought that that would ever be possible. I mean, there's nothing on earth I love more than my kids for sure, you know. And so nothing on this. I would give everything up on this planet for my kids for sure, you know. And unless God wanted me to do something that I had to do, you know, and then I would, you know, then that would obviously take precedence. But you know, finally, I'm at that point, and it's only really the last few years that I've really felt this. If I'm being honest, right? Like I would say that I would call myself a Christian like maybe 10 or 12 years before I found out the Earth was flat, right? Um, I would identify myself as a Christian, but as far as like really believing, like to the point where I know it in my heart, and and to the point where God is above everything else, and that my whole life is about God. That's only been the last few years, you know. And so you know, I'm glad you guys are subbing to each other because what this does is it forms a web ring, right? We're forming like a web ring, and you know, it's important for us to share our email addresses too, you know, because you know, if we choose to do that or if there's a place to find it or whatever. But like, you know, when this platform is not here for us, we're going to want to still share our videos and stuff with each other, right? And I started a mailing list at Good Servant Show at yahoo.com, and I always encourage people to email me, you know, at Good Servant Show at yahoo.com, and I'll put you on a mailing list. John LeBon is the one that like kind of inspired me to do that because like I've seen him do it, right? A mailing list, right? But you know, he does it so he can make money for his site, like so that he could send out some of it, and he does great work. And why, you know, of course, he should be able to sell it if he wants, you know. And what happens is I'm glad that you think that my voice is comforting. You know, because there's a lot of people in my life that would, you know, would tell you that that's all they heard was my voice their whole life, you know. And I was probably past the age where it really mattered, you know. But like, if if I could go back to when I was 21, right, and if I could know something about myself that I didn't see back then, right, is that is that I have kind of like this like abrasive big personality, not abrasive in a bad way, right, but just I have a big spirit, and I bring a lot of energy, and I pull a lot of focus, right? and so no matter where I'm at, right? And if you had to hang out with me every day, it would wear on you, to the point where people, would tell me about it, and it would bother me that they would tell me that. And so like I couldn't help how I was, to that level. And so if I could go back and know that I am that type of person, I would have lived my life the way I live it now, which is like, before kind of, I've been isolating myself for like the last year or so, but before that, like I would have a group of friends that I hang out with on Monday, and a different group on Tuesday, and a different group on, totally different group that they didn't know each other or anything, right? Because by the time I got back to that first group again, right, 7 days later, they hadn't seen me in 7 days, and they were excited to see me and hear me, right? Now, if I had a show that went on for like 4 hours, right, I'm sure someone could listen to me for one day like that, right? But if they had to listen to me all week like that, you know, it would be horrific. And oh, look at Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Hey, prayers for Cindy because she fell and hurt herself the other day, and I hope that she gets better. But yeah, Tony did mention you on his stream, and I thought that was very nice. He asked for people to pray for you. I heard him say it today, and sometimes I pop in there. I know I don't type a lot in the chat box, but sometimes I just listen, and because it's so hard to do research for, to have something to say every day. So I have to have enough experiences with other people and different kinds of people and different types of subjects to be able to have something interesting to say to you guys that you don't already know. Now, if I if I followed hung with you all day long, then I would just know what you know, and then it wouldn't be interesting for you to come here. And so I make sure I stop in there as many times as I can. And it's a little harder now because you guys jump from one channel to another now because you guys all support each other, which I encourage. So I do appreciate being subbed to all of you guys and going and watching all your videos. And I watch every single one of Rowan's videos, and every time Sasquatch puts something out, I always go to it. I might not spend the whole time there, but it's important that we do watch each other's stuff. And I'll watch, like Flat Earth Data is here now, and to me, he's like, like a Flat Earth celebrity, in a way, right? Because he was around at the beginning when I got here, and I watch everything he does. And so, yeah, I said we support each other, in that way. And because it can only be harder and harder for us as, these people are going for broke right now. I mean, they're at the point now where they're just pumping money into the economy instead of trying to fix it, which shows me that they don't care about money anymore. They're basically at the point in the monopoly game where they have us crushed, and they're just giving us money to keep the game going, you know? And they can only do that so long, right? So that it's going to run out, at some point, right? So in their minds, they must think that they're not going to run out of money before this whole thing is over. And this is going to get pretty interesting because things get exponentially worse. They won't get worse in a very slow way. They're going to get worse in a very, very, very fast way. And so I'll just say that, we're going to need to support and love each other, right? When God says love your neighbor as you would love yourself, when I see one of you guys out there, I have to love you like I would love myself, right? And because we're going to need it. We're going to need that support because even in our own families, right, we're not going to get that support. And, I have, my mom is, I would say she's a Christian lady, right? And my brother too, right? And so I feel safe in that, right? But if it got to a point, right, there is times where I wanted support from family members, right? And I wasn't getting it from them. I was getting it from like friends of mine. And so instead of complaining about not getting it from where I want it from, you got to start appreciating with who gives you the support you need. And so if we're going to get that from each other, right? No one wants to listen to me about flat earth out there, but you guys do, you know? And so I'm getting that support from you, that you want to hear that from me, that you love talking about the truth all the time, right? I need that. Uh, I I need that release, right? And so I would say that us being there for each other is. Oh wait, Rasta hat, I got to make you blue, man. Hold on, I made Rasta hat blue. And so like as it comes to the end of this truth thing, right? Is that we're going to definitely need each other. Like this is going to be a tight group, you know. And if we don't have the protection and our salvation in Jesus, then we don't have much of a chance. And so I just want to be there for you guys that have been there since I've been here, since the very beginning, you know. And like Rasta Hat's one of those people. Flat Earth Data is one of those. Paula, I remember, was here when I got here. 2017, I got here, and then I didn't start doing my channel until like 2 years ago, maybe. And I think Cindy was one of my, like, I had 150 subscribers when Cindy came around. So a lot of you guys have been around for at least with me for like 2 years. And this is a tight little group, you know? I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anybody. I would rather take these 12 people in this chat right now, right, to have my back, right, than to have 80 people in a chat, at other channels, right, that, who knows what they're out to get, They're out for each other, Yeah, they might agree with one or two subjects from each of these people, right? But this is where we could put all those subjects together. If you guys want to talk about one eye crap that we see everywhere, we could talk about that. If you want to talk about the gender bending stuff, we could talk about that. If you want to talk about God, we can talk about that. That's my favorite subject. You want to talk about flat Earth? I don't. None of those subjects are barred here, right? This is not a specialist channel, right? This brings it all together, and is nothing is off the table here. And so this group right here, I would say, I would like to go and be in some apocalyptic situation with, and I think that we got to think about that, right? Like we're gonna have to take a stance on some things that we're maybe straddling the fence on, because we're afraid to kind of lose people, that we like. And we're getting to the moment of truth where there has to be a filter of how we pick who we really support, And while I support anybody that's trying to find God that isn't quite there yet, of course, because I know how hard it is to for some people to get to that point, right? Because they've had some disappointment in their life, or maybe some trauma, right? Or they've been lied to for so long that they don't know what to believe, right? I have a door always open for those people, right? But I definitely want to put I want people to know where I stand on things, right? And to know that if you stand with me on that hill, right, that I'm willing to die for you, like I am, you know? And so it just is what it is. Oh yeah, hold on, someone's talking to me. Oh yeah, homeless in America. Were you asking me a question? I'm sorry. Oh, is there somebody you guys are just talking to each other. Someone's calling me from LA. Anyway, did that kick me off of the internet? No, 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 I think I'm still here. Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, like so it's insane, man. It's just it's insane that like we're at that moment of truth. We're at that point, and I think we just got to be. Oh, once I get to know you, random Christian, once I get to know you, then I'll make you blue too in here. I just got to make sure I kind of trust people, because uh, there's a way to do some things, nefarious things if you have a wrench, and so like I just want to be sure. But yeah, guys. So, I really appreciate you guys coming out, and maybe this is a better time to have this show, because I was trying to do it in the morning, and I definitely don't want to lose that morning group. I love those people in the morning, and But I do like coming on in the afternoon or evening here for me, and this is definitely a time that like I could keep, where I won't miss a day for sure. Like I could do 7 p.m. all the time, and I could probably do it from wherever. Okay, Cindy, bye. Hey, good night, sweetie, and I am praying for you. And of course, I pray for you faithfully, but let's all pray for Cindy to get better, you know. And so, yeah, and so like, once you guys are around for a while, I like to give everybody a wrench so that way nobody can get banned, right? Because when we talk about some subjects, there's going to be dissenting opinions, right? And I don't want there to be like an echo chamber, right? I want everyone to be able to talk about what they want to talk about without getting banned, And so if somebody's a troll and they're up in here, then I get it, right? But once you get known a little bit, I don't see the whole purpose in like giving out wrenches like it's some kind of a trinket. It's basically to protect, subscribers that have been here for a while, from, getting banned or muted by other, members, right? And so that's the way I see it. So they don't give me like a certain amount that I can give out. I can give out a million wrenches if I want. So I never understood that whole situation, but it does feel good to have one. No, that's no lie, you know. But I won't lie about that. But anyway, so that now I'm talking about the dumb stuff. So this is not what you guys come here for. But anyway, I love and respect all of you, and that's real. That's you could count on that being the truth for me, and and I want to say that. God bless you guys. And of course, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and grace to us, because we're really here just for him. I mean, for his pleasure. That's it. And, the Father gave Jesus all power, right? All power, right? Not some of it, all power, and a name above all names, right? And so, to me, Jesus is God. I mean, that's I believe in the Trinity, but I mean, Jesus is God to me. And so anyway, guys, I'm babbling now, but yeah, I want you guys to go ahead and, I'm going to start doing this show every day at 7 o'clock or 7 p.m. California time. But anyway, you guys have a good day. All right. God bless you. Bye.